Good morning, grade 4s. It is Mrs. Aslava here, and I am here to explain to you the very first assignment that I would like you to do through distance learning. It is a fun one, and I am secretly looking forward to your creations. So, the first thing that I want you to do is to draw a picture of your teacher. So it is up to you if you would like to choose to draw a picture of myself or Mrs. Ramadan. It is completely up to you. Now, for those of you who are like, oh no, I don't know how to draw. I can't draw a person, let alone my teacher. I don't know what to do. I am going to get you to go onto YouTube, and you are going to go onto something called Art Hub. And this is a cool YouTube channel where there is a dad, and he has so many videos with his daughter that he's doing little tutorials on how to draw things. And there is one that is how to draw a cartoon teacher. Now, I know that this teacher looks a little different than myself or Mrs. Ramadan, so you might have to make a couple of modifications, but I think it will be enough to get you started. And even if you just follow that tutorial, your picture is gonna look pretty awesome. So step 1 is going to be to draw a picture of your teacher. This is gonna be on a piece of paper, guys. Step 2 is going to be to write a letter to either myself or Mrs. Ramadan. So when we wrote letters earlier in the year, we were writing them to companies. We were writing very formal letters about their packaging. This one's just a friendly letter writing. So I am gonna post the format that you can follow, where you're gonna have your salutation, your Dear Mrs. Aslava, comma, and kind of the format that you can follow. So making sure that this isn't a story, it's a letter. I haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks, which is exactly why I'm hoping that I can learn a little bit more about what you've been up to for these last 2 weeks. So in that letter, you might be including things like what you did on spring break. You might be including what you've been up to at home, some cool projects that you've been trying out. It is completely up to you what you write about in your letter. Maybe it will be what you're missing about school or what you're looking forward to about distance learning. Anything like that, grade 4s, is fair game. So this is something that I want you to do your best work on. So that means that maybe you might have to do one copy, and then you're like, well, now I've got to go through and I've got to edit it. I've got to look for my capital letters. I've got to look for my periods. Got to double check that this stuff makes sense. So remember, you're taking your time and you're showing your best work. Guys, this is your very first digital learning assignment. So I'm expecting that my mind will be blown with the quality of your work. With e-learning or distance learning, it kind of brings up the question, well, do I have to do my assignment on the computer? The answer, grade 4, is no. In fact, your drawings are gonna be on paper. So if you'd like to do them in your writing notebook so that everything stays together and you don't have all of these random papers just all over the place that you have to try and keep organized, that would be a great option. For your drawing, definitely on paper. For your writing, guys, I am totally fine too if you are going to use a paper and a pencil or a paper and a pen to do your letter writing as well. The only thing that I ask grade 4s is that we need to figure out, once you've done it on paper and pencil, how I can get a copy of it as well. So that will probably be taking a picture of the work that you've done and then submitting that to me somehow. So we'll still have to figure this out, but don't worry, I'll probably post a video tutorial on how you could upload a picture onto the document, because it's super helpful if I assign something on Google Classroom that all of your work shows up super organized on my computer as well. So it will be easy to keep track of who's done what and where their work is. If you would like to type out your friendly letter, that is also an option, grade 4s. So on Google Classroom, you'll see that I have posted an assignment that is called, I haven't named it yet, but it will probably be called like Letter to My Teacher or Friendly Letter Writing to My Teacher, something along those lines. And when you open up that document, just like we would do in class grade 4s, you'll see that there is a blank document ready for you to type out and everything. So, letter writing, we need to make sure that a certain format is followed. I will also post that kind of example template of the format that you can follow. Remembering, guys, to always be doing your best work, always putting your best work, your best foot forward, even though you're working at home and I'm not kind of walking around checking over your shoulder being like, oh, you need a period here. You're going to be thinking of that voice in your head. You need a period here. Okay, so I'm excited to read your letters. I can't wait till they're all done. Whether this takes you 1 day, 2 days, I'm hoping by midweek, those letters will be ready to rock. So you guys do you. I know that regardless of when it's done, I'm hoping by Wednesday that you'll have a good quality letter ready to rock for me to read. All right, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.